So a bunch of us content creators were invited to Stern Pinball's facility to check out the place and the new John Wick pinball machine, specifically the premium and the limited edition. Truth be told, this wasn't my first tour of Stern Pinball, but it was my first, tour of the new facility. My first experience was back at the old facility during Pinball Expo when they had Avatar on the line. And then I went another time to go see the old facility when they were making Kiss. But, with COVID and, them moving their facility, I don't think they've had a chance to really have a lot of people out to the facility. So they asked a few of us to come out, and I cleared my schedule and off we went. So let me tell you, just setting foot in this place, this brand new facility, was super impressive to say the least. It is huge. It's a 160,000 square foot building. There's literally 2 levels. They have the sales team and design area and upstairs offices, which of course we weren't allowed to walk in. But when we got there, surprisingly, we were greeted by Seth Davis, the president and CEO of Stern Pinball, as well as Gary Stern, Zach Sharp, and many of the Stern Pinball team, the designers, the coders, etc. It was kind of like meeting your favorite sports team, honestly. It was pretty cool. We were all handed safety glasses, and away we went into the factory, led by our fearless leader and coding master, Dwight Sullivan. I was literally thoroughly impressed by Dwight's knowledge of the facility. I mean, the guy really has a passion for pinball. And by the way, if you go to Pinball Expo this year in October, Dwight does an amazing seminar where he gives away prizes and just a truly interactive, seminar. It's kind of like a game show. Mark it on your calendar, and if you end up going, tell Dwight I recommended it. Anyways, we got to see basically everything into this game, how the wires are assembled, which is basically like the nervous system of a pinball machine. We were then led to where, all the parts come in, and there's tons and tons of boxes of this place just stacked up on shelves, 5-6 stories tall, it seemed like. It reminded me of the ending scene of Indiana Jones where they put the Ark away. Then we got to see the cabinet section. Now, this was super cool. We saw workers applying decals, basically a John Wick Premium and the limited edition pinball machine. I was literally mesmerized by the way the limited edition artwork just popped. It was stunning, to say the least. The foil shimmering off the limited edition cabinet. It was simply breathtaking. The details were incredible. The way the little flames on the decals of the candles, just kind of like little, you could see it like little flickering as you walked by. It looked like a real candle. It was quite impressive. I have to say, just looking at that limited edition cabinet made me think about purchasing one. So next, we got to see the playfields of the premium and the limited edition John Wick games. We then walked through miles and miles of parts, got to see how the playfields were put together on an assembly line, which, they were all guarded by Stern employees, so we didn't sneak off into areas that we weren't allowed to go, which we all wanted to. But and then lastly, we got to see how the games were tested before they're packed up and put into a box and shipped to thousands of us, so we could enjoy them on the locations and in our homes. So finally, we got to play the game, and honestly, I already have a pro from Kingpin Games, which he loaned me. So my mission was to test out the premium. I was pleasantly surprised by how well the premium played. The ammo crate toy assembly, it was enjoyable to hit. Comparatively to the pro, which, is just a stand-up target. So when you bash that, it's a little easier to start the job modes. I liked how the car turned towards the player. It was a nice added touch, but I didn't feel like it really did what the pro did with how it kicks the ball. The motorized blood oath marker was a pretty cool toy. And as someone who generally doesn't like virtual locks, I thought the ball lock mechanism was super smooth. And it was actually satisfying to hit. I was really impressed actually with the drop target and how it can lock a ball. I didn't quite know that was going to be a feature, so I thought that was a pretty cool feature. And I wish they really would have implemented that on the pro game. I was happy that we were actually got to play on the .82 code that was currently in the works. One thing that I noted in that rendition was we're going to start to see some of the aspects of how the enemies are going to block your shots. I did talk to Tim Sexton a little bit. He did say the coding is pretty much a base right now. So we're definitely over time going to see this game evolve into something much, much more. Seth Davis also informed us that we will start to see contracts coming out soon on Insider Connect. And from what it sounded like, we're almost going to be competing against each other with these contracts and, trying to finish them faster than other people. It sounded honestly pretty amazing. All in all, I think the John Wick game is going to be a solid game. But we're going to have to be patient when it comes to code updates. But that's pretty much been Stern's story for every release, so I'm not surprised. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed my experience on the premium. It is a solid game. If you're in for a limited edition game, I think you're going to be immensely happy with how that artwork just pops. That was the one thing. I have different games, different limited editions, and a lot of them have the foil. The Jaws behind me does, and it is super nice. But this one in particular, the way the gold coloring was and the way that flickered, I was just super impressed with it, honestly. As always, just, please give the video a like and let me know what your thoughts are of this video. And thanks, and until next time.